Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Thelma and my channel is Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Today I have for you a few DIYs with merchandise that came from the Dollar Tree. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Our first item, you will need 2 pizza pans. I got these from the Dollar Tree. Now this one, which I'm going to use as the top, I made this last year. And I'm going to put it as the top. But you can go to Pinterest.com or the Graphics Fairy and print out for free some pictures of your choice and just trim it out. I trimmed it out as close as needed. As you can see, it's not all the way, it's just close. Painted it whatever color you want and then Mod Podge it on, and or you can leave it this color, the normal excuse me, I'm sorry, the normal shade, or you can paint it white, which I'm getting ready to do. So I have apple barrel white. It's acrylic craft paint and it's fast drying. It comes from Walmart. So just put some in there, on there I should say, and paint it. You don't have to paint the bottom unless you want to. And before you do this, make sure you spray it down with some cleaner and clean it or wash it. I just used some cleaning solution that I mixed up and that I normally clean with. It's Spick and Span with some water in a spray bottle. But just get the edges too, the end right here where it comes up. And the more you paint it, the more these streaks that come out. And I'm a messy painter when it comes to this. Now when I'm painting on canvas or something, I'm different. But when I'm painting stuff like this, it gets on my fingers and everywhere. You can wear those throwaway gloves. They sell them at the Dollar Tree, like 10 in a pack, if you don't want to get paint on you. I have some, and I normally would use them, but I forgot them. I'm always forgetting something. Okay, just keep painting it, and when it dries, put a second coat on it. Now, while your pizza pan is drying, you can paint your candlestick or whatever you're going to use. You can use a margarita glass, a wine glass turned upside down, but at least put 1 or 2 coats on it, and then after you get it glued on, you'll need to paint a little bit more around the edges, the top, and because of the glue showing. But just small. If you get one of those candlesticks that they have at the Dollar Tree, about that big, go slow with small strokes because of the edging in it. Well, you know, the design, all the little grooves. When the paint has dried on your pizza pans and your candle or whatever you're using to use as the tier tree stand, center it and put your glue. Now if you have E6000, put some in every like 4 spots, and then in between it put your glue gun glue. But I don't have any right now. center it up. Push down real hard on it. Just give it a few minutes to dry, and if it doesn't, like mine didn't, be even faster and put some more glue, because sometimes on the bottom of your candle it won't, you have to have a layer of something to let it stick to. See how it's sticking now? I did that once before. I knew that was going to happen. I should have mentioned it. I want just a little bit more glue going around it. That's just to add some stability to it. And again, after it's dried, you can paint over it. You won't know it's there. Okay, now it's good if you paint. I forgot to paint the bottom, but see how I painted the top? It's good to do that. Just put a thick layer on it if you're using just a glue gun. If not, use your E6000 or what other type of glue you're using. Okay. Just give it a minute. Alright, and here, let me bring this up so you can see. Here's your tray. You can do another one. You can put another layer on it if you want. Get another candlestick or whatever and add to it and make it 3 high. But I'm just going to do 2. And now let's go on to our next project. For this next DIY, you will need a picture frame of your choice. I have 2 here and 2 printouts from thegraphicsfairy.com. All I keyed in was free bee printouts, and a bunch of them came up, and I clicked on something and then it brought up some others that you could look at under it, and these were there. You can key in anything really. So what you need to do is get your glass and lay it over top. Mine overlaps, but that's fine. I knew that going in. So I just have to get it even on both sides and on the bottom. But yours will be, if it's an 8 by 10, yours will just be straight cut here and a little bit on each side. But it's real easy to do. And you can find these old picture frames at yard sales or like Goodwill or thrift store. These are really, if anybody remembers that home interior that used to be out, it's from an old picture set of that. These frames are, and the pictures in them got ruined and somebody sold them, so I got them for $1 each. And I have other ones in there, but with similar, they're oval like this and similar design, but I use them. I said the pictures are still in them that they came with, because I used to sell the home interior and have those little parties. I missed it when it went out of business. It was sad. But then you put your glass in. I just have to make sure I don't get the glass over the... Mine has screws in the back of it. And make sure you put the top of your picture with the top of the picture frame. And I have many layers here, because I have other pictures behind this where I've used these for Halloween, and I just keep them in it. And then we have these thick white pieces here. This, you just have to level it up, and once you get your back on, and I'm not going to screw all the screws in, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And then we'll go on to the next project. For our next project, you'll need one of these 18-inch wreaths from the Dollar Tree or wherever you want to get yours at. And I'm using some of this 9-foot burlap ribbon in the hunter green, I call it. It's just a dark green. I have some already left over from other projects that I'm going to use. You will also need your glue gun. Let me plug mine in. I forgot it. I had a busy day. I'm forgetting everything today. You also need some of this, if you want to do it the way I'm doing mine, some of this burlap ribbon. And I've got some of this little burlap ribbon that I'm going, it's, I think it's 3 foot, 2 yards is what it says. And I have several of these 4-foot garland and some twine to use, along with, if you have chenille stems, that would work great too. Okay, what you need to do is, and I forgot to mention, I have 2 of these white roses. Let me see if my glue gun's ready. It should be. What you need to do is get your burlap, turn your wreath frame upside down, get you some glue right on the wreath frame. I put it there and there to start it. Be very careful so you don't burn yourself. And just bring your ribbon up and straight over top that one. See how I did that there? Push down to make sure the glue sticks. Now take it going over at an angle and tight. You don't want to do it loose. And every so often you'll want to add some glue, but we're not there yet. Now if you have loose extra ribbon like I have and you don't want to use yours, you don't have to. You can start off by a new row. But you do it the same way as I'm doing it. And I need to cut a little bit of this off because it's too long. And again, just get you some glue there and Try not to burn yourself. I'm going to use my scissors to now, let's see, I have a row here already open. Just cut myself. Wasn't bad, just a little nick. These little piece of wire for this burlap ribbon, it's pretty sharp. Now just start you a new row right here. Now you don't have to bring it straight like you did the first time. You can just keep at your angle, but just make sure that stays. And keep going around and around. And each time you get to the end, if it's uneven like mine was, just snip it off and glue it down. And then glue your new row right there on the back. But you always want to end your row on the back, not on the front. And this doesn't take that long at all, really. Need to move that. I keep knocking it down. Okay, I got her preoccupied with something else, and to get started on putting the ivy on this wreath, I didn't realize it when I bought them, but they all just say garland. But if you look at the leaves with me, I got 3 different kinds. So I'm doing 3 different kinds on mine. You can do 3 different if you want, or just use 1. But I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. And I already unraveled one, and I didn't know. These come in a circle. They're 4 foot, but here at the end, you have to push them down, and both of them at the same time somehow, just to get them out of this circle. There. And just pull like that. And now they're 4 foot. Just wrap it around. Like this. I'm assuming is how you do it. And since I have 3 different kinds, I'm going to do long wraps. And then take this end and just bend it down too. Now, don't you come over here now. You go play. Here she's back. No, you don't. Go on. Go on, baby. Here, play with that. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and match up this with the same kind, just to make a complete circle, and then the rest are 2 different other kinds. But you just pull it like that. It's a pretty neat trick they have there. And then just wrap this around. Wrap this back around this way here. Try to tuck that little wire thing in out of the way. Now I'm going to do this kind, and I'm going to do it the same way. Just bend it over. And go in between. Now you might need more than, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, than 5. But I'm only working with what I have. Let me get that rope untangled. Get my hand out of it. And then bend that. And as you do it, bring out your leaves if they're tucked under. Now I'm going to do this, the green and white one, and then I'll do the other one last. Okay, just bend it over. Put it in between them. And I had one pop off, so I'm just going to pop it right back on when I find it, but I'll do that later. Just remember, if you have one pop off, just put it aside and look for it when you get finished. Just fluff them as you go to make sure the leaves are not under the vine. Let's start where there's a naked spot. And after this, we'll put the rose on and the bow, and it'll be finished. Alright, let me get my roses. Now it's time to put the roses in, and I chose these white ones. You can choose any color of flower or rose that you want. And all I'm doing is sticking the stem under the vine. Might take a minute because there's sharp points onto this stem that doesn't want to go over the ribbon. Just shove it down in there slowly. Make sure not to go under the ribbon. Alright, once you get it in there, just get the other one and go in the opposite way. And I got these at the Dollar Tree too. Just curve it a little. It helps get it in there. See how easy this one was to go in the opposite way? So just we'll arrange the flowers. After we tie it in, I'm going to use this jute rope. You can use chenille stems if you want, if that's what you have. And all you have to do is go under the leaves, wrap it around, going all the way around, about twice to do, and then tie it in the back, kind of tight. Okay, now I have some baby breath I forgot to put in too, but just bend it, stick it down in there. And then put one more going in the opposite direction. Arrange your leaves. Now just your flowers. And your baby breath, you don't want to bury it. Now sit your wreath aside and let's make a bow. Let me get my I'm thinking a 10-inch bow would be good enough. Just take it and wrap over a few times. Okay, that makes 1, 2, and 1, 2. That's good enough. Now, fold it in half. And I'm going to use the same jute rope to tie this. Double knot it. Alright, lay that aside, and then we're going to do one this way with the same kind of ribbon. And again, 10. And just get it to where there's 2 on each side. And that should be it. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now leave the tail. Just wrap it around a couple of times. I just couldn't find my chenille stems, and so that's why I'm using the rope. Okay, now take this. Let's just cut that off. Let's do it this way. Wrap that rope around it and tie it real tight. Alright, now let's just fluff the bow. Just twist it and fluff it. And we'll fluff it again once we get it on the wreath. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the tails. Bring this wreath back over here, and then just lay it on there. Get you some more jute rope. Put it down over top of the other jute rope. And tie it in the back. And now make this tight. Okay, let's cut this rope so you can't see it. Now let's just fluff this again. Twist this around the tail so it shows the lace in the front. Just keep fluffing until you get it the way you want it. Alright, let me bring this up. Excuse me. And here is the finished project. Okay, I want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel grow. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and select all, excuse me, all. That way you won't miss any future uploads. And leave a comment, and by doing all three, watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, and leaving a comment, you'll also be entered into the giveaway contest I have going on, which I'll put more information about down in the description box. Alright, thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.